Turn your radio up. Louder. Louder. Just a little bit louder. Because the next hour, you're going to be tuned in to Donnie Jones Live with Donnie Jones and Marty Ringer. Hey, can we just stick with Marty? Because like that Marty ring, it don't have that ring to it, you know? I'm just saying. And Marty, with your hosts Donnie Jones and Marty, sponsored by Don's Tree Service. It's Donnie Jones Live, right here, right now, right now. Donnie Jones Live.
Hello. Welcome to Donnie Jones Live. I am your host, Donnie the Tree Lady, hanging out with
Marty the Minister, Fly Hot Brother, number one, and some other names I'm going to come up with later on in the show. But I'm feeling good. Hey, Donnie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How was your weekend, man?
You know what? Any weekend I survive, I say it's a great one. You know, because I'm saying people right now, I'm saying over the holidays, for some reason they love to drive crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I am just glad that I made it home.
That's right. And we're glad that the holidays are over now.
I am too. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't, it's hard to keep trying to drink communion and drive home. You know, but now that the holidays are over with, I can just drive home.
You're down to one communion a week now.
Yeah, basically, right. And that's after church on Sunday.
That's right. So y'all know how, do you have the real communion at your church, or do you have like the...
No, we have real communion. We have real communion twice a month. On first and third Sundays. And we do have
the punch is spiked, y'all.
And being honest, all joking aside, we use real wine. We don't play. Well, we have the option of grapefruit for the people that want to act like they
the grape juice.
And
That's
then
what
we
I'm
got the strong cognac wine.
Oh my goodness. I don't think cognac was in the Bible though.
It proves that it was not then. You know, I'm really, you know what, a couple of weeks ago I tried communion with some Mad Dog 2020.
Oh my goodness,
hey, you should have saw what was like, this is the blood of Christ shed for you. Oh, Jesus. They felt it.
They felt it. It was shut it down in their bones.
Right,
what's that scripture?
Shut it down. What's scripture? I think that's a phrase. It shot up in my bones.
Yeah. Oh, that's not
just like fire. That shot up in my bones.
You know what? You know how you hear stuff in a song?
Yeah.
Or you hear it repeated over and over and you think it's scripture and it ain't.
Yeah.
It ain't.
You know what's interesting?
What's that?
The full Lord's Prayer. The full Lord's Prayer.
Yeah.
That ain't in the Bible.
Are you serious?
Yeah, seriously.
Don't get us kicked off the radio. Are you serious?
Listen, I am a pastor. I am a scholar.
That you are a pastor.
And being honest, if you can find the Lord's Prayer, I'm saying the Lord's Prayer is in the Bible. He says, "How do we pray?" And he says it's like this, but it's more
the whole drawn out thing.
There's more of that prayer that is not in the Bible. It's not in any of the Gospels. It came actually, I want to say in 1930 or something like that, added to it. But yeah. There's a lot of things
you know
that you
what,
don't.
Marty, you never ever cease to amaze me, man. I swear, one of my favorite things to do every week is to ask you how was your weekend, because it ain't just how was your weekend. I get some extra stuff thrown in there, and I just absolutely love that. I love that.
It's some things that I could tell you about the church and some ladies at the church.
Okay, we're not going to talk about the ladies at the
how
church.
Did your
Why is this man
get
talking
caught there on him, and how did they get pulled out? I don't know. Anyway, Donnie, who was this guy sitting up in here? You know,
I know, because we should be talking about the guy that's sitting up in here, since you don't want to know how my weekend was. But that's okay.
You know what? No, you're right. Time out.
I just looked at trees.
How was your weekend?
I was a mama. I just took care of my babies, took care of my husband.
No, because your kids watch us on Facebook and they tune in while they're supposed to be in school. But how was your
I know. How were they even to do that? My weekend was great. It really was. I had a little family time, a little downtime, got a little massage.
Oh,
yes.
Quiet.
I told you I don't mess with me on Sunday morning.
You should
and
go
I did
to
not
church.
go to the spa either. So, I'm just saying.
It's a family show. It's a family show. We're going to keep it there. So, let's talk about the young man in the room.
Okay, the young man in the room who's awesome.
He's shaking his head.
He can shake his head. Y'all,
hold on. We ain't even said your name yet, boy. I'm waiting to be introduced.
Okay. In other words, he's telling us we're taking too long.
We're taking too long.
Elijah, that's called the intro. We do a little banter back and forth during the week, and then you love it.
But now I'm on the show, so I'm okay. Let me get used to
exactly. So we got to say who he is. Okay, you guys. Right. On the show today, we have a gentleman to me, because, we're always trying to have somebody that's inspirational.
Right.
This young man is inspirational to me. Okay. And people will look at him and go, oh my gosh, he's so beautiful. He's so tall. He's so smart. He's so talented. And they don't realize that with all of that package, he also has something to overcome, just like all of us do. And we actually have a speaking engagement coming up, which I'm like, okay, this man's a speaker. Exactly, the Icon Conference somewhere in April or May. But he's a speaker, he's an athlete, he's a businessman. He's somebody that's making a difference in the society and overcoming adversity. And the issue that he has is he has a speech, I don't know if it's considered an impediment or a speech.
It's considered a speech impediment. At the age of 5, I was diagnosed with a mild speech. So, but anytime that I feel like myself, the words kind of are a lot smoother. So
Okay.
I'm not really feeling too nervous or anything right now. So
Well, you're comfortable in
that might
front
not,
of the camera. so
that might not be a thing that y'all like see happen.
we don't
a lot,
get a
but
chance to see it.
It'll be always good, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But
This man just went blah, blah, blah.
But yes, it is something that after accepting about myself, that I was able to love myself for who I am, and that has helped me to become the man that I am today. So yeah,
I love it. I love it. So in layman terms, basically, guys, the reason why I wanted him on the show is because he does do all of those things and he does it with confidence. Because going back to your speech impediment, basically he stutters, but if you talk to him just in a regular conversation, sometimes you may not even hear it, you know? And I'm like, how do you do that? Go through high school, have your confidence, be able to do what you do and not, I guess, get into some of the things that some people get into when they have a speech impediment, like bullying or getting, you know, made fun of and stuff. Or did those things happen to you and you just kind of overcame it?
Well, that did happen. I was bullied here and there during my early years, but
and then you grew up and could beat them up.
No,
Right. I'm saying this guy's like 6'1"
I
or
always
6 or
have been
something.
a little
Just-
bit taller than most kids, so you know, not everyone could be like, "Hey, you stutter, haha," because I am a little.
Yeah.
But
Get fumble.
Yeah,
right.
He's taller and bigger with more muscles.
Yeah.
I wish y'all would.
I didn't always have muscles. I had, you know what I mean. But what helped me?
Dude, I've known you since you was 14 years old. You've always had muscles.
Nah, a little something.
I'm just messing
But no,
with you.
my mom, she is the one that she really helped me accept who I was as a person, and she loved me. So after having that love, I didn't need to be accepted by anybody else. And if people felt the need to make fun of me every day, I'm like, do you not have anything else better to do? Or, you know, so that's how I handled that in my life. I didn't entertain it that much. It never got to me because I was okay with being me.
Who you are.
I knew that was me.
Well, you know, you just brought up something that is really kind of dear to my heart that I just wanted to ask a little bit more about. Where is your mama?
Oh, I believe she's at work right now. Shout out our Princess Weems.
Yes, our Princess Hay. She's out here. Yes, our Princess Hay. She's married now.
Bless her.
My
Bless
friend
her.
is married.
That means she can always go back home. That's a good thing. No, but no, you know, I do. I applaud you for, you know, because he actually just come over to my studio and actually recorded a song or so, and it's interesting that I didn't realize you had a speech impediment until, you know, really until you started talking more about it and telling me about it. Wow. But he can sing, he can rap over it, and you know, me myself, I have my times of believe it or not, speech impediments too. You know,
Marty, what kind of speech impediment you got?
Everybody always says that they used to have one. I still got my speech impediment.
I'm done with you.
Baby, it's you know,
Marty, that is not a speech impediment.
If you can't get it out,
Lord,
you know, if they just. That's the time that it's the hardest time for me to just kind of get all my words out. I just can't concentrate.
Back to Elijah.
I'm sorry.
I feel him though.
I'm just, you know.
There are times that you can't, you know what I mean? There's such an experience happening that you can't get.
You just can't get your
too
words.
Excited or too, you know.
Yeah, if you get too excited about a lot
This
of things,
conversation is going in the toilet.
Listen. Me and him are connecting now on just certain things
Y'all
that
are
in
definitely
life.
connected.
There's not a situation where you would stutter.
Oh, yeah. But I wouldn't talk about it on the radio.
And when I asked for my last check, it was...
okay, well, yeah, that's my stuttering.
Hold on. She gonna talk about, look at that. Talk about tree falling. Don't take off running. No, bring me my check, Don. No, look, and speaking of that, you know what? I'm going to do something for you.
What?
If someone could call right now, how about you give them 15% off?
Go to hell
15%. Okay, 15% off a tree service if they call.
That's right. If y'all call
and say they heard you on this station,
they'll get 15% off. So you guys know me as Donnie the Tree Lady. You guys, we love you guys. We hope you love the show. And if you call at 770-413-8733, we will give you 15% off. And we look forward to talking with you
and that's
in a few minutes.
15% off tree service.
Off
Okay?
of tree service.
Yeah, just want to make
tree
sure.
service.
We'll
Not
right.
Fast Productions. Tree service. We'll be right back. All right.
Donnie Jones Live is sponsored by Don's Tree Service. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, just send us an email at DonnieJonesLive@gmail.com. That's DonnieJonesLive@gmail.com. Hey, got a comment about the show? Or would you like to just be a guest? Send us an email at DonnieJonesLive@gmail.com. Now, back to more Donnie Jones Live with Donnie and Marty.
And welcome back to Donnie Jones Live, where Donnie the Tree Lady stepped out. I guess you got happy like squirrels and stuff and saw a tree real quick and wanted to go out there and look at it a little bit closer. So I'm here right now with Mr. Elijah.
Hello.
You know, and I'm going to tell y'all like this. Okay, I know this is a radio, but if y'all was actually to see him, for y'all that are a little bit more seasoned in age, do y'all remember Weird Al Yankovic? You know, he made those songs like I'm Bad. I mean, no, not I'm Bad, but Just Eat It. You know, the Michael Jackson spinoffs and Just Eat It and all that stuff. But if you pull up a picture of Weird Al Yankovic, this would be the same picture of Elijah. Exactly. I'm saying he got the hair and everything.
And I have to be honest, I do look exactly like him. So if y'all want to go, actually go follow me on Instagram at Cali13Future. That is where you can see all my life and how I live and stuff. But
how you do your hair?
Yes,
right.
Yes, shout out Hair of Yahweh as well. That is my hair page, man.
Hair of Yahweh.
He got a hair page.
Yes.
Wow.
Yahweh standing for the Most High.
But of course.
Yes.
Now, why did you use that though?
I am very blessed to be the person that I am, and I feel like that we're all made of the Most High. So hair of Yahweh just means that you have the hair of, you know.
That's what's up.
That's
God.
awesome.
But you have to put in work.
So would you still put hair of Yahweh if you was like stuck, you know, kinky curl?
No.
If you shaved your head, right?
Or bald like Jeff.
Right.
No,
If you was bald, so you say he ain't attached to Yahweh. Is that what you're trying to say?
He can have a
Yahweh don't like
beard. He can have a nice healthy beard. You know,
This would be the beard of Yahweh.
Hey.
What about the butt of Yahweh if you got hair in your behind?
Oh my goodness.
See, there's lots of.
You know, I'm saying, hey, look,
Yahwehs out
people
there,
deal
though.
with that too. Some people have hairy behinds.
Okay, oh my gosh. But we're talking about Yahweh, which is God, and we can't do that,
God
Marty.
is down there on the backside too.
No, okay.
You know, if God wasn't on the behind, some of us wouldn't be made today.
Oh, that
You
is
know.
very, very.
You
What
got
did I
4
miss?
kids because of your hair.
Somehow I missed
Hey,
it.
no.
But go ahead.
Yes. No, he was just saying, you know, he was giving some shout outs about his hair and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
But
Beautiful
you
hair.
have a lot of different things going on because also you've played basketball or you're taking a season off of basketball right now, but you're not professional, well, NBA, but you semi-pro.
Yes,
You're doing semi-pro.
That has just been a byproduct of hard work and still believing in it, because I took a good year and a half off of like actually playing real organized basketball, but I was inspired by my people around me. Shout out to everyone that encouraged me to continue to play basketball. Thank you. And that opportunity just came my way, you know. But
Yeah.
It took hard work. It took patience, and I didn't know if it would happen again. But you know, it's all in the faith and in her work. So yeah.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Well, the thing that I do notice is that you've turned out to be this amazing young man. Okay.
Wow,
and I
think
you know,
she
in the
like
meeting.
I'm just saying, I think she got like a hidden crush.
No.
It's like when you was a little boy, I was looking at your muscles.
No, I was not looking
you
at
had muscles ever since you came out your mama's womb.
No, let me
That's why me and your mama became good friends.
That is not true. I love his mom. She's like a sister to me, which in turn means he's like my son. I've got two girls. He's like my son.
I can believe that.
No, we used to sit out in front of church talking and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're not making it better.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you understand.
I take little girls outside of the church and just sit down and talk with them. I said, does that make it sound better?
In front of the church.
Okay, in the front of the church.
In front of the church. We just
I had him in the front of the church. I had him in the back of the church.
Oh my goodness. I did not know this man. But anyway, no. I'm proud of him because he does take his life so seriously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's also been through the evolution that a lot of people have been through. Meaning he was willing to question his faith. He was willing to question, life and stuff like that, and ask the hard questions that a lot of young people don't even open up their mouth to ask. And he was willing to ask and go, how can I make my faith exist in a real way for me? You don't find that in young people. So actually speak on that, how you've been able to use your faith to help propel you forward.
Let's talk about the faith aspect.
Like, if you have ever been on the
as opposed to child molestation.
Yeah,
go
please.
ahead.
Yeah. If you have ever been on the opposite side of the spectrum of something, you have a very good perspective on like both sides. So I was raised as a Christian. I enjoyed church. I loved all of that. But around the age of 14, I lost my faith. I became an agnostic atheist, and I turned my back all the way on God for 7 years, from 14 to 21. Yeah,
right.
And just to feel like I had no faith at all,
right,
and then to feel it in my soul that there is more, that
absolutely,
that I do have a higher purpose than just trying to become successful on this planet and have all the females, just like I needed more.
I see you say that quickly because your mom is lit, and to have all these females.
Right. Had to. But I found my purpose when I came back.
Right.
Hey, we blowing up over here.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Please turn your phones off while we're recording.
I thought we did that. So anyway, exactly.
Everybody.
Go ahead. As you were saying, Harold
if it ain't
Yahweh.
Jesus calling, don't answer the phone. Just saying.
That's because we listening to Yahweh right now.
Yahweh's here.
But after you've lost your faith, and then so I went from being a person of faith to not having it at all. Like I said the worst things about every religion. I used to argue on Facebook with people about y'all, just like I used to go hard to not be of God. So
right. So what was the turning point for you?
Man, I was in college, and I had everything that I had ever worked for. I had a full ride scholarship. I was tall and handsome. I had homies that were just really good.
Confidence
people.
isn't an issue for you, is it? No.
Very, very blessed. Very blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
But no,
that was God's gift to women, and just everybody was just falling at my feet. I was blessed. I was 6'3", muscular. Oh, the ladies just loved me.
They love me.
I guess I should give thanks to God at this point. Just say, God,
somehow that
I
happened.
guess you're giving me all this. I should just say thank you.
I'm sure it came from somewhere. As you were saying, we're gonna take a break real quick, but finish what you were saying.
I had all of that, but I wasn't able to appreciate it because I thought it was all me, and I thought that it would fulfill me a lot more than it did. But I had no purpose past those things in my life, and then so I lost the interest. I lost my passion for basketball. I did not go to any classes for weeks at a time. Just very.
Wait a minute, you went to college and didn't go to class?
Now you said just want to make sure you lost your passion for a lot. You lost your passion for women too.
Oh no!
I'm just trying to
don't get me caught up.
You said I just lost interest in everything school, basketball, and everything.
Delphine. Shout out to her.
Oh, you got a girlfriend right now?
Yeah. She's
Is this the same one that you was talking about the other week? Or
oh my
goodness!
Hey, but yes, it is.
I just want to make sure.
I've only heard him talk about Daphne. See your time limit. Got ready to go.
Wow.
That's God.
That's perfect.
See, that's why you need to pray. Keep you safe.
Well, we're going to
sometimes.
take a quick break, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about your faith and you coming full circle on that. If people want to get in contact with you, how do they do that?
They can reach me at my email at kingweems@gmail.com. But I am a very much social media person, so hit me on my Instagram at Cali13Future. That's CALI13 Future. And yeah.
All right, awesome.
Just want to make sure it's King Wings.
King Weems, sorry. King
I'm done.
WEEMS.
Elijah, I want to thank you for coming on the show, but you just
I want to get clarification. No, because somebody else might have said the same, like King
Weems, KING WEEMS
at gmail.
King Wings. Okay.
What did you think he said?
I wasn't sure if it was coming out King Weenie, King Wing, King. I just like, okay, is that the company name? I don't know what he do, but. King, okay, well, we gotta take a break.
We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Jones Live is sponsored by Don's Tree Service. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, just send us an email at DonnieJonesLive@gmail.com. That's DonnieJonesLive@gmail.com. Hey, got a comment about the show? Or would you like to just be a guest? Send us an email at DonnieJonesLive@gmail.com. Now, back to more Donnie Jones Live with Donnie and Marty.
We are back. I am your host, Donnie the Tree Lady. You're listening to Donnie Jones Live with...
I am just the ringer. The Marty Ringer. Yeah.
And today on our show, we have Elijah Weems. We have him on the show today because not only is an athlete, but he's an overcomer. He's a man that has basically overcome the situation with stuttering. Look at me, I'm stuttering. I'm tripping. But he's overcome his situation with stuttering, and he's used it as a platform to encourage other people's. And right before we went to break, we were talking about your challenges in your faith and how you came back to your faith.
Yeah.
Can you speak to that a little bit more?
Yes. So, anytime that you feel empty, that you feel like you don't have any purpose, that means that you need to stop looking outward and start looking in and see what is on your heart, like what you're supposed to be doing here. So that's kind of what I did from 2016. That is about at the end of the year. Yeah, that is when I started to read more, to meditate. I decided, well, actually, let me be 1,000% honest. I knew I had to get more in tune with God, that I had an issue in my life because me and my ex from that time in my life, we had just broken up, and it was because of me. I'd been promiscuous in the relationship, and there was I didn't know why I wasn't able to stay faithful, and I felt like there was something way deeper than I just want to have sex with females, because I'm past that phase in my life. So I knew at that time that was not it, but I found out that it just was from some issues, like feeling abandoned at times by my father, who is a fantastic dad, but at times in my life that
you felt like he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I just tried to fill that void with women.
Right.
And
so are you saying that you thought that maybe the reason why you were having a hard time being faithful is because you felt like there was something missing because of the relationship with your dad?
Yeah.
And when you realized that, what you were missing, which was your spiritual relationship, what did that look like? Like, what did you, like, at what point did you like, wait a minute, I'm missing my spiritual side?
Man, when I no longer had, when I hurt somebody that I knew that I didn't intentionally want to hurt.
Yeah.
I saw that I have no balance from within. So that is when I took the time to find that relationship again with God.
That's awesome.
I feel
that is awesome.
Yeah.
And I want to speak about this for our listeners. I am deliberately letting you finish your speaking and everything as opposed to filling in, because I love the fact that with your confidence, even with your speech impediment, which is the reason why I wanted you on the show, is to talk about that, is that you're living your life. You're dealing with the same issues that everybody else is dealing with. It's just that one thing, but that one thing doesn't stop you.
Right.
And I deliberately don't interject, because, whenever, if you've listened to our shows before, we're all over the place on top of people. But I want to show the respect for what it takes to get on a radio show and be talking with an impediment.
And some of my best friends in college, had speech impediments, had stuttering problems, and I know it's just a rule of thumb for anybody else that's talking. It's sometimes frustrating for somebody to always try to end your sentence for you, and cut you, off. So on this one, it's a thing where we're trying to let you talk more, because I do got questions and all that stuff, and my own interjections, to say, I know why, you might be moving on, during that time when you was, not being faithful and trying to. I think Jeffton was saying it earlier about, Elijah being the Yahweh being in the booty, and that being the attraction of the whole thing, because sometimes, in those periods of loneliness, those curves you attracted to, and it just, why are you looking at me like that?
She was.
Well, I was trying to figure out where you were going.
Oh, see, he was there. They was there.
Okay, because y'all like that, me and him like
the
what?
booty, the holy booty, what we were saying earlier.
That's what we were saying.
That's what we were.
The body of
the body of, okay, I got it.
Okay,
got it.
But then also, sometimes, like you said earlier, and all joking aside, when you find that you have a void in your life, and sometimes I talk to a lot of people. Sometimes men are raised with the wrong kind of understanding of life. We are brought up that you're supposed to just see women, have sex with them, and you get as many as you can under your belt, and that's what life's supposed to be about. And you find out later on when you get older, oh no, I was taught wrong by these men that don't have families now, that have 16 kids.
Right.
Oh, but we think that this is our release. This is what we're supposed to do. If I don't do anything else, I'm supposed to go find me a woman. And then you realize, okay, why am I doing that? A lot of times because I don't have that other person in my life to say it's more about life. It's more about your career. Exactly. It's more about this. So, I
self-love.
Self-love,
I know
too.
me and your mom talk a lot about self-love. Like you had the confidence, but there's still that felt like something was missing.
And make sure you tell your mom if she ever needs somebody to pray with her, we just need to lay hands on each other. Just please make sure she has all of my contact. And I know she's married now, so I'm not trying to mess up any of the.
But
if she just want to come and just exactly. See, I like you. Me and you can work. Right. So if we can set that up,
and her husband can come along. And pray together.
No. Right now it's an individual thing, Donnie. You stay on over there and deal with the tree. What you got talking about trees today? Anything? You got 3 minutes.
Keep your trees healthy. That's all I'm saying.
And every once in a while you can jump from tree to tree.
That's right. But
and water other trees.
Don't jump from tree to tree.
You can water trees.
Yes, you can water your
other
trees.
Yards too. Right, they ain't even got to be your tree.
But take care of your own trees.
Take care of your own trees, definitely.
Exactly.
But it ain't nothing
keep your
wrong
trees
with putting
healthy.
fertilizer
Keep your
around
bushes healthy.
Yeah, I keep my bushes and my cactuses healthy. Them dry lands. My garden dry sometimes. So I try to go to other people's.
I don't even 3, 2, 1. Where are we at?
We are
just filling the void.
Just filling the void. Filling the void. But you know what? We got to fill the void because we got to pay some bills, right?
Yeah, we do.
So and the other.
We don't have to. Yeah, and so when you were filling that void in that way, it came to a point in your life where you're like, okay, I need to meditate, I need to pray, I need to find something else. How long was that period before you came to that point where like, I've got to do things differently?
Man, it hit me very instantly, but to actually apply the discipline, that, man, I'm still doing my
It's an ongoing process.
Yeah.
Okay.
But honestly, you just have to start very small. Because your habits are very ingrained. Yeah. It's something that you do unconsciously. Yeah. So I had to be very patient.
Yeah. Be patient with yourself.
A lot of time alone. You know.
I think that's important, and when we come back, I want to talk a little bit about that. But the other reason why I want to commend you is because you're young and doing this. There's people that are in their 40s and 50s. I mean, you know this as a pastor. Yeah. People in their 40s and 50s, and they can't even.
They don't. I know some people that are older than that and just still ain't got it. But I want to applaud you for just your confidence, you know, and really your tenacity of doing it because you're a model. You know, I'm saying.
He's a model too.
And I'm gonna say this: I'm hating on him because he look good. You know, I'm saying I hate on any light-skinned brother that look better than me. You know, and I look good. But I applaud you, man. So we're gonna come back and talk more about what you got going on.
Right.
We got a sponsor because I need a check next week. So Donnie's Tree Service.
Don's Tree Service.
If
I write your check, can you at least name what the name on the check is?
I will tattoo it on my. Well,
no, you're not.
The contrast and the red and the yellow, you know, that'd be good.
There is no yellow in my.
I'm talking about my behind. Okay. If I tattooed it on my behind and mooned everybody, it'd get a lot of promotion.
Some contrast.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right. Get a Don's Tree Service tattoo. Yes. And if you'd like to reach us, it's at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE. And if you call, you'll get what?
15% off.
That's right.
And these are trees that grow in your yard, not
real
brother.
Trees.
The people that are in those parts of towns that looking for other trees.
That alone.
We talking about
these
the real
are legitimate trees. We'll be right back.
Donnie Jones Live is sponsored by Don's Tree Service. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, just send us an email at DonnieJonesLive@gmail.com. That's DonnieJonesLive@gmail.com. Hey, got a comment about the show? Or would you like to just be a guest? Send us an email at DonnieJonesLive@gmail.com. Now, back to more Donnie Jones Live with Donnie and Marty.
Welcome back. I am your host, Donnie the Tree Lady. You're listening to Donnie Jones Live with me and...
I'm Batman.
I was watching that last night. I just like how he comes on. I am Batman. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Marty.
What's your favorite Batman? Because you know they've had several actors do it.
Oh, you know what? I really did like Michael Keaton.
I did too.
That was one of my favorite ones.
I did too.
What's his name? The last one. He had to grow on me.
Yeah.
I'm
actually cool with him now. I did not like him at first. Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. Yeah. In the beginning, I was like,
but now I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but I like Michael Keaton was my first
favorite Batman.
Real Batman. Then the other ones.
My favorite real Batman was Adam West.
Adam West?
That's the best Batman, the original.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He was just swagalicious. He was just cool. Very cool. But speaking of Batman, segue,
right.
Elijah, before we went to break, we were talking about you finding your faith, overcoming adversity, and living a full life with your speech impediment and doing it at a young age. Have there been people that you've known with a speech impediment, like stuttering, that have been an inspiration to you to keep moving forward?
Yes. The main one was Elijah Woods. My mom showed me him back when I was like 8, I think. And I just read like a good amount of articles about him and how he overcame that. And him and I had the same initials. So I was like, wow. Like,
Elijah EW, yeah.
Woods,
yeah.
This has to be like, a sign that I can still become successful, or that my speech shouldn't hold me back.
That's awesome.
And then I've also heard that Samuel L. Jackson had one. Steve Harvey. I know Steve Harvey had one.
It was the guy. What's his name? He was in Louis. He came from Louisville, Georgia, actually. Lethal Weapon. Now, Danny Glover.
Oh,
Danny Glover has a really bad one. Danny Glover. And did you know Frankie Beverly had a big speech impediment?
Get outta
that's
here.
why you didn't hear him do a whole lot of interviews back in the day. He could sing, but and over the time.
But the guy with the big voice also had the one that's like
James Earl Jones.
Right.
It's a lot of people out there that can't talk. But I'm saying it's a thing.
No, he's good.
But I'm just saying, but things that you don't know that it kind of shows that you can keep going.
Formally.
Keeping it real.
I'm actually able to laugh at all of that. I find it hilarious that I have a speech impediment. Like you should be able to laugh at yourself. Like it's really not.
Like I laugh at myself for being chunky.
Hey,
I didn't
but I'm
realize
gonna be
you was
less chunky.
Yeah, hey,
you're very kind.
No, I didn't
new
realize
that's
chunky.
That's right. That's right. Because he's out.
Donnie Jones 5. He getting.
I'm gonna be fit.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm saying everybody. It's funny. Everybody has things. Like I have a lot of things that I'm cautious about and I'm sensitive about. I ain't gonna come out.
You're funny and talented and smart.
I'm just saying, okay, I'm thin, I'm small. I had a lot of different diversity growing up. I was in now I'm gonna say this and people are gonna talk about me later, but I rode the short bus going to school. I was in special education. You
were not, really?
Yes, I was. And I worked so hard to get out of that.
But I have a problem with that. Let me tell you why.
And she ain't gonna let me finish my story.
Finish your story. Go. Bye.
No.
Finish.
But to be able to change my life, to be able to go to college, finish, at Morris Brown, a black HBCU school with a history of not being able to spell right. And do mathematics, but be able to start my company and pretty much work for myself for all these years.
Right.
You don't know, certain things about somebody's past. Where, I was real shy of getting in front of people to talk. I could be funny behind, closed doors, but getting in front of people, that was a fear of mine. But now I'm preaching, which is a fear, that, in a sense. So it's like certain things where God put you in places for you to go through.
Yes.
He tests you so you can have a testimony to say, this is where I'm at now.
That's right.
And just like the football player who has one hand,
he's
but he's playing
amazing.
football
That's
just
right.
like you. You're saying this is one of my hindrances, but I'm not letting that hinder me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, so I applaud you for that.
So has your speech impediment helped you or hurt you in your basketball?
Oh, in my basketball. What I can say that was a hack, as in like it helped me out in a life, is that the females actually adorned it. Like they actually.
Oh, what?
Like,
Okay.
Gosh, you're so cute. Like, yeah.
I would be at the gas station today.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Hey, baby.
But
I'm gonna use that to my advantage. I'm sorry.
No. I think it was because they saw that my imperfection was out there, and I've never been a judgmental person because I've been on the other side of it, so I think they like the fact that I also
I asked about basketball. He goes, and I think the women liked it. So
because
that's why you play basketball. You run up and down the court for 60 minutes. It's only to get some women.
I know, I'm just messing with you, but no, that's awesome though.
Yes.
So what's next for you, Elijah?
Yeah,
man. 2019 is just another year to basically spread the spread the message of prosperity. I want all the people that I've known in my life to feel like me, to feel like that they can achieve anything that they can. So I have to go harder. I have to be more disciplined and walk my walk.
Right.
So as my modeling career starts to get some I don't want to say take off because it's already happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a hard word to say, huh?
No,
I'm just
right.
What's trash?
I just want you to
he's like that kid, so I can play with him like that.
Exactly.
I just want you to be cautious because you said something about promoting prosperity stuff. You know, you ain't trying to be a prosperity preacher now.
Yeah, you're not doing a
lot
prosperity
of people
preacher.
talking negatively about that. I don't know why. But
I think if you're gonna preach, I think people should preach about God's goodness.
Yeah,
and that
I'm
is
just saying, I want to preach
see-
about you being poor. And the
Exactly,
good, I'm
exactly.
just saying, people can hate about that, but if I'm going
I
to
don't
dedicate
hate
my
about
life
'em.
to God, I'm saying, God, can you give me just some extra dollars for the
Exactly.
Help me
I
out.
believe in preaching, and encouraging people
Preach
to be
the
their best
Bible.
self and
Yeah.
make as money as they want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is when I see people in the church get pimped, and that's what I always have a problem with. Or pimping Christ,
yes,
exactly.
being that-
But I say,
Charlotte.
go
People
to
be
that.
pimping in Jesus' name, and
People pimp, period.
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
I
I'm saying,
know,
and
but I
people
have
in
a
church
problem with
aren't
them
perfect.
pimping Jesus' name. though.
It ain't.
That's
look,
God's name. And
here's the
I
thing.
didn't say you was
here's the-
pimping
No, I'm
God's
not saying me,
name.
but I do have a charge to stand up for people that are working for Christ, and people that are really fighting this thing because they put a
Right.
bad image on us. That it's like, okay,
Right.
if I'm doing, because I do so much, and then people can still come to my church and say, "Oh, you just trying to pimp these old ladies."
No, but I don't think they would say that about you, though.
Because I got
don't
a
think-
small church, but if you multiply this by 10, it's the same things on every level.
Right.
And certain people, it's like if I preach a positive message of you can do all you can with Christ, just live life to the fullest. Oh, he ain't speaking of the Old Testament.
Right,
Okay,
right.
now I
But
can
no,
say,
but it's in the Bible
Right.
that if you trust him, you can
Right,
do all
there's
things.
things all through the Bible, and you pick and choose where you're gonna preach from and
Let's
what's
get back on
inspired
Elijah
to.
so we
And
can
he
wrap
the one that
things
talked
up.
about the
Yeah,
prosperity
no,
preacher.
exactly.
No,
and
because-
just
Yes,
trying
Mr.
to see
Prosperity Preacher,
if
how
I
you doing?
stutter more, I might get more. And I'm like, I'm gonna try that. That ain't in the pimp book. I was looking through the pimp book.
That's a good pimp
and that's
game,
right. Hey, baby. Can I buy you a drink?
I'm telling you, they liked it. They liked it. And I mean,
How can we get in contact
How
with
do
you
we get
before we get out of here?
follow me on Instagram at Cali13Future. That's CALI13 Future.
Repeat that one more time because I spoke over you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Follow me on Instagram at Cali13 Future. That's CALI13 Future. Yeah, actually, that's the only way right now.
Okay, well, then let's
what
hit
about
you
the
up that
King
way.
Wing?
Think about the
emails. I'm 23. We don't
millennials
really go
don't
back and
email,
forth
man.
to
Why did
They
you give
don't.
it out the first time?
Because
You don't got any
because
confusion.
that's
You got
all people
people
listening to the
official,
station.
like, you know what I mean? Like,
you
you
just
know,
hit your
email too.
Instagram, right?
Yeah, hit you on
Okay,
Instagram,
you
but
ain't got a Facebook
we've got
page.
some mature members of our
Yes, we do.
audience,
All right,
and they can hit
for
us
the
up.
mature ones, just email Donnie and us at Donnie
Donnie
Jones.
Jones Live at gmail.com. That's
Right.
DONI, Jones, JONES, D.
Since
Wait a
we
minute.
old school.
Okay, I forgot.
Oh, dang,
Donnie
we
Jones
old school.
Live,
We starting to forget our own address, too, now. Oh, sugar, what is that? I know I wrote it down here. It's Donnie
I got it.
Jones Live.
Donnie Jones Live, DONI, JONES, LIVE at gmail.com.
Yes,
Hit us
sugar.
up.
Love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And we will
Yes.
talk to y'all next week right here on Donnie Jones Live.
Yeah.
Bye, baby.